What's up, everybody? Sam from the Football Network. Welcome back to the One Season Wonder Challenge with ACF Fiorentina. Doubleheader today, of course, against Benevento and Napoli. Before that, we've got to cover the games leading up to this since our Coppa Italia exit against AC Milan. A bit of transfer activity to talk about. As you can see, we're in the 21st of February, so a little bit of transfer dealings. And then I want to cover what's been going on the rest of Serie A, because it's been a bit mental. As we said, prior results though, of course the last game was the loss on penalties against AC Milan, the Coppa Italia. Disappointing to go out, but penalties are a lottery. You can never be guaranteed to win them. And, you know, it means we can focus all of our attention now onto Serie A. And hopefully securing a European spot, as is the goal for this save. That was followed up with a 3-0 win against Sampdoria. Christian Kouemi with a goal and Pedro with a brace. A really nice performance overall from the team. I thought we were quite good. And yeah, good to see Pedro. Obviously came in earlier in the window. And he's contributing pretty well. That's followed up with a 3-2 win over Roma. Now this was a mental game. So we took a 2-0 lead inside 25 minutes. Don't know why it's just to kick me out there. Yeah, so inside 25 minutes, a quarter of an hour in, Pedro scored. Then Jose Callejon scored in the 23rd minute. 7 minutes later, Edin Dzeko got one back for them. I thought, oh, okay, so let's settle in. Let's kind of prepare for what may end up being a bit of an onslaught of chances for Roma. Pedro then, half an hour after the restart, got their equaliser. That's, of course, the Pedro that played for Barcelona and Chelsea. And I was thinking, oh, God, don't tell me you're going to throw this away. But then Gaetano Castrovilli, who had been the worst player on the pitch at that point, he was on a 6.4 before the goal went in, gets the ball on the edge of the area and curls it beautifully past the Roma keeper to secure us all 3 points. And we managed to hold out for the 11 minutes until the end of the game. And yeah, good 3 points there. That was followed up with a 2-0 win over Inter Milan. A brace for Christian Kouemi got us the points against the Nerazzurri. And yeah, as we'll see in a moment, that kind of meant the end for Inter's boss. That was followed up by a 2-0 win over Torino. Ribery and Kouemi with the goals. Bit of a sloppy performance this, but solid nevertheless. 4-0 win against Parma followed that. Goals for Castrovilli, brace for Pedro, and a goal for our newest signing. And then a 3-1 win over Sassuolo, a hat-trick for Pedro, wrapping up the game. So let's talk about the transfers, shall we? So 2 transfers were brought in. The first, as you saw on the game there, Christian Pavon, brought in for £2.8 million from Boca Juniors. Now, some of you might be sat there wondering, well, weren't we going to bring in a Brazilian from Portimonense? Yes, that was initially the plan. However, having looked at and considered the option that he presented to us, I decided not to sign Lucas Fernandez from Portimonense. I thought, A, it was going to be, you know, a little bit more than I could probably get Pavon for. And also, given the fact that he demanded to play in this cam position, it was going to affect my my overall tactical plan. And given how well we've been playing this season, I didn't really want to give that up. So I cancelled that deal, and I say I could probably get Palmon for less. I saw how cheap he was going because I had a notification pop up on my emails that Lazio had made an offer. And I decided, let's just see if we can let's see what kind of offer they'd accept. £2.8 million, secured him, brought him in, and I don't want to do that. Oh well, he's been sent on and he's actually got Italian second nationality, so he doesn't count as a foreign player, which is really, really good. And yeah, he's quick. He's got some pretty decent technical attributes, and yeah, rotational option. Always good to have a player like him in the squad. Of course, a little bit kind of upsetting knowing that he didn't become, you know, the star that he was projected to be in his early days at Boca Juniors. You know, thought he'd probably be at Juve by the age of 23, and he wasn't. But, you know, we brought him here into Florence, and he's had a good start so far. 2 games, 3 goal contributions, looking pretty good. And the other one, now this is weird. So I loaned out quite a few young players here, mainly to give them game time. The other one, main one I should say, was Dusan Vlahovic, loaned out to Red Star Belgrade, which might cause a bit of controversy in Serbia because actually he was bought from Partizan. So going across the Belgrade divide, I'm not sure his former Partizan friends will be happy with him. Also, because he's a Partizan supporter, not sure he'll be mightily happy with me, but he accepted it anyway. But yes, they've all got on that on loan, and it meant that I didn't have the homegrown player quota covered. So I thought I'll go looking. I'll see if we can bring in like a Richard Wright. Let's see if we can bring in a Scott Carson, a Rob Green. And we found this guy, Francisco Tavano. Now, what's very interesting about this guy, of course, 31 years old, going to be 32 soon, so 42. Well done, brain. That's numbers. Yeah, he's going to be 42 soon. What's interesting about him is that he was at Fiorentina in his youth, but he never played a game. So my plan is to play him in a couple of the last games of the season to finally have him play for Fiorentina. But he's brought in emergency backup. He's going to be like the cheerleader pretty much for this side. Anyway, let's quickly talk about the state of Serie A. Let's put it that way. So as things stand, ourselves and Atalanta are the only 2 unbeaten sides left in the division. They've drawn 5 games, we've drawn 2. So that's why we're 6 points clear. But we're 20 points clear of Juve and Lazio, which is an astonishing gap between the top 2 and the rest of the league. 14 points separate Juve and Atalanta. So this really is a unique Serie A campaign. As you can see, AC Milan here actually 2 points above the relegation zone. Pochettino not having a good time there. What's quite interesting though is before our last game, before the last round of fixtures, they were actually joint with Benevento on 19 points. So they're really not having a good time. Poch's job may already be under pressure. If we go to Napoli, who we'll face later on, Marcelino is the boss. Why? Because Gattuso got sacked. He got kicked out. Obviously, they weren't happy with his 42% win rate. And to be honest with you, I don't blame them. Who was the other ones? Fonseca's in a bit of trouble at Roma. And yeah, let's talk about the one that I mentioned a little bit earlier. Conte is no longer the Inter boss. He was replaced after winning just 50% of his matches. And yes, he was dumped on... He was given his P45 and given all his stuff and dumped onto the sidewalk. The other big one is at Juve. Because they need a new boss as well. Andrea Pirlo has been sacked. He's no longer a 53% win percentage. So better than Conte and better than Gattuso. But he's been chucked out as well. So not a great time for Italy's established big clubs in terms of management. So yeah, there's been ourselves, Gasparini and myself are causing a bit of a headache for Italy's big clubs in terms of, I still can't believe that, like 14 points clear Atalanta of Juve and us 20 points clear of Juve. That's mental. I think Lazio might still have their coach on. Simone Inzaghi is still in charge. He's the only boss of the traditional big clubs that survived, which is quite funny. And Fonseca, to be fair, but I think he's, as I said, I think he's in a bit of pressure to get them into those European spots because they're currently only 3 points behind, but they've been a bit inconsistent recently. Anyway, let's go into this game against Benevento. The side we're going to put out is going to be Dragowski, Lerola, Milenkovic, Martinez Quata, Igor, with Amrabat, Pulga, Castrovilli, Pavon, Ribéry and Pedro, with the likes of Brancalini, Pazella, Caceres, Bonaventura, Duncan, Kuemi, Coutron, Barreca, Birahi, Smith Rowe, Valero and Callejon on the bench. So a fairly decent side for us. Not our strongest lineup, but definitely a well-rounded side for us. So let's go into this game. Hopefully we'll be able to secure all 3 points and continue our unbeaten run in Serie A. I'm still focused on getting European football, but I am not. I'm not ruling out a potential title challenge. Which, to be fair, I don't think I should be. As I said for probably the third time in this video, we're 20 points clear of Juventus. Benevento going for that Christmas tree of death. I hate playing against it. I've had real trouble against Brazilian sides when they play that lineup. Actually, Benevento, as we said, 2 points behind AC Milan, so they're close to getting out of the drop zone, but it's going to be a bit of a challenge for them. They walk out into the Ultimo Franchi, and the players ready for this game. So, going to do my usual demand more specialty. So, I think on paper we should have enough, but I've struggled on occasion against the sides towards the lower end of Serie A this campaign. But Ribery bringing the ball forward down the left-hand side. Pedro's seemed to drift that, try and give him some support. Ribery gets the ball back. Hops it back to Amrabat. Castrovilli into Igor. Igor looks to play into midfield. Pulgar. Pedro onto Pavon. Just wide from Christian Pavon. It was a really nice move there from Fiorentina. Nice play. Ribery persistent to get the ball back after losing it to their central midfielder. Definitely starting to... We're growing into the game. Not in terms of... Okay, I was going to say not in terms of shots, but as soon as I say that, we're starting to grow into the game shots wise. Possession we're keeping fairly well at the moment. Dragovski from the goal kick. Milenkovic into Eric Pulgar. Pulgar, couple of options with him. Finds Christian Pavon out on the right hand side. Back to Lirola. Pulgar into Lirola. Pavon's not got a lot of space out on this right hand side, but he has got a couple of options with him towards the middle area of the pitch. Amrabat into Castrovilli. Castrovilli sets it back to Amrabat. Pavon back to Amrabat. Playing it around fairly well. Looks to switch to find Franck Ribery. Ribery just trying to lure a couple of Benevento players into him. Nice switch to Christian Pavon. Good touch from the Argentine. He's in there. Can he shoot? Fantastic save by Montipo in the Benevento net. Great save there. Pedro and Ribery, I think, were coming to support. But Pulgar, corner kick. Whipped in. Ribery! It's headed back out. It's defended by Dabo, I believe it was. Eric Pulgar. Chilean looks to put the ball back in. Martinez Quarta. Deep in the box. It's blocked well by the Benevento man. It's going to be another corner kick. We're deep into stoppage time now. And it's going to be whipped in again by Eric Pulgar. Pulgar puts the ball in the area. It's headed away. And Martinez Quarta, unless he can get it back now, it's going to be half time. And that is half time. 0-0. We've been the better side. We've kept the ball better just about. But yeah, we've not made a lot of the of our chances so far. I think Pavon has looked okay in some of the chances. Ribery's done some nice work out on this right hand side, out on the left hand side, sorry. So, we're looking bright. I'm not happy with that. What we're going to do is we're going to emphasise a little bit more of an attacking approach. We're going to swap Pavon and Ribery. Actually, we'll keep it on positive for the moment, but we'll swap those two to a more attacking role. See if that gives us a few more creative opportunities. So, kind of 10 minutes in, we're still racking up decent chances. Pulgar on the corner kick, whipped in, and Milenkovic gets his head to it, but it's saved by Montipo. Well saved by the Benevento keeper. He might look to go deep, so gonna have to get bodies back, lads. It's missed the header. It's gone all the way through to Capari. Capari for Benevento. Great save by Dragovski, digging his defenders out, to be honest. Misjudged the header. I think it was Martinez Quarta, I believe, that missed the header. Iago Falca doesn't get the chance to take the corner kick. Another corner kick. Eric Pulgar again will take it. Ball in. Headed away. Comes back to Pulgar. Options with him. Loads of options. Pulgar into the area. Finds Pedro. Back to Martinez Quarta. Oh, he's lost the ball to Inoita, who looks to storm forward for Benevento, sorry. Still him. Big challenge by Castrovilli, but he gets the ball back to Inuita. Now Falca. Amrabat managed to get, oh my god, a calamity of errors between the two midfield players. Now Cowley, Viola, Lizetta, Ribery does well to nick the ball off of the Benevento man. Now looks to storm forward. Loads of room for the Frenchman to get into. Many bodies chasing him back though. And Inuita's brought him down. And that's going to be a second bookable offence. Benevento are down to 10 men. Comedy of errors from our midfield too there. But fair play to Franck Ribery for getting the ball back and starting that counter-attack. Throw in here with Igor. Castrovilli. Now Igor. Igor into Martinez Quatra. Now Igor, Castrovilli. Castrovilli finds Eric Pulgar. Pulgar to Pavon. Pavon, this is nice movement so far. Pavon, he's got to find someone. He's in the area. It's saved by Montebo. Great work leading up to the chance, but just no end product at that point there for Christian Pavon. We're going to go we're going to up the tempo quite significantly. And I think in terms of substitutes, I think if I bring off Christian Kouemi for Pedro, who's been absolutely abysmal, and maybe switch the defence around, so give Milenkovic, bring him off and give him a bit more of an attacking order to go forward. We've got 10 minutes left. There's still time to get the goal. And they've got a corner kick. Rodriguez whips the ball in. Castrovilli, it's cleared off the line by Milenkovic. Pavon heads away. Christian Kouemi, maybe a counter-attack. He needs men to join him though. And the Ivorian International's got lots of room on this right-hand side. Lots to do though. Kouemi, no one really with him. Big challenge by Foulon for Benevento. Well cleared off the line. That looked like it might have been the winning goal for Benevento. It was well dealt with by Milenkovic. Up the tempo even further. Come on, boys. We're in the 90th minute. Can we grab a goal? It's now or never. I guess that's never then. 0-0 against a Benevento. A really, really poor performance, I thought. Defensively, we were all right. But just nothing in the attacking sense. Not good enough at all. Pedro, you were absolutely abysmal. Liroli, you were also terrible. Not what I was looking for out of that. That's really, really disappointing. That's really, really disappointing. I mean, given... So Atalanta have still got to play, so we're still 7 points ahead of them. But that's a real opportunity wasted. Roma really had to dig himself out. Borja Mayoral in the 95th minute, grabbing an equaliser against Spezia. Okay, we shall go forward to face Napoli, and maybe we can get 3 points there. So back time for the game against Napoli in Serie A. Some interesting developments since the last game, actually I should add. So number one is that Atalanta have now lost the game. They were beaten by our local rivals Bologna. So they've done us a big favour. So that leaves us 7 points clear of Atalanta at the top of Serie A. And things seem to be going all our way. Something that almost didn't was this. So it's evident that the Chinese Super League transfer window is still very much open, because the club accepted momentarily a £21.5 million offer for German Pezzella, until I told them, no, you better cancel that, because he is the key man in the centre of my defence. Luckily they did, so he's staying. That has had a massive impact on the rest of Serie A, however, because we had offers for Milenkovic, Biraki had offers, Pulgar. I don't think Castrovilli had an offer. Lirola did. Who else was the... Amrabat had a couple of offers from Chinese Super League sides. Like, they are splashing the cash. And although I didn't buy, another Serie A team did. Our local rivals Bologna lost. Here he is. This young gentleman, for, as you saw there, an astronomical fee, 29 million quid. he was sold for to Shandong Lunning. Like, that's an astounding amount of money for a player who was... How many games had he played? He's been a regular for Bologna this season, playing 23 times in Serie A. Like, they're making big offers. But anyway, enough of that. I think it's time we jump into this game against Napoli. Of course, this was the game early in the season, I should say, that really set us off to a good season. 2-0 win in Florence really kicked off our season. So the lineup was going to be Dragowski, Milenkovic, Pezzella, Martinez, Quattro, Biraki, Gagliardini, Pulga, Castrovilli, Pavon, Ribéry, Kouemi. I would have Jose Callejon, but I'm not entirely comfortable with playing him when he's still injured. So, I might bring him off the bench if we need it. Other than that, I think I don't want to start anyone else. I think I want to mainly keep the side the same for the rest of it. This is a side that's mostly fared us well throughout the campaign. And, this is the moment where we can make a real statement because, obviously Atalanta dropping points. God, that's a good side. Ospina, Malco, Ramani, Koulibaly, Gulam, Politano, Lobotka, Elmas, Lozano, Osimhen, Dries Mertens. Where is Zielinski's on there? No sign of Lorenzo Insigne. How interesting. Is he still there? Yeah, evidence he's still... Is he out injured, is he? Yeah, he's out for 6 to 9 weeks. Poor him. But anyway, we've got to go out and do our jobs. Can't worry about the side they've put out. Just got to go out and do our job. We're in Naples at this glorious day. And the actual San Paolo, I believe it's called, is an incredible stadium. I think they were thinking of renaming it after Diego Maradona. I'm not sure how that's gone over in Naples. I'm sure, given the Maradona's a bit of a god in Naples, I imagine it's gone down quite well. Enough of my gnashings on. Players enter the pitch. This is a big one because obviously, we've still got, if memory serves me, we've still got the second game against AC Milan to play. I think we've still got a Juventus tie to play. So still a couple of big games coming up for us. But this is kind of really where we can, really nail down things. So back to Kouemi, snuck in there, set up by Christian Pavon. And while I was talking about how this might be one of the biggest games for us, Christian Kouemi has stapled that with a wonderfully worked goal. Nice movement. Gagliardini is back in the side to Milenkovic. And Milenkovic, a simple pass down the line. And Christian Pavon's pace really comes into it. He beats Golan for pace and then puts it in. And Kouemi just steps away from the defender and slides it past David Ospina to give us a 1-0 lead inside 5 minutes. Perfect start for us. And now Pavon looks to... Oh my word, that challenge from Elmas is disgusting. That might be a red card straight away. It is. Timu Bakayoko's come on from having Lozano's off. They've lost an attacking threat. That was a disgusting challenge, proving the troubles that Christian Pavon is causing. These attacking wings are working very, very well for me. I've been using attacking wings in another save and it's worked well, so I've been meaning to do it for a while. And Timu Bakayoko, the substitute, inside 20 minutes, has leveled it up and Napoli are all square. The blooming corner kick stuff again. And that's disappointing. Politano whipped ball in and Bakayoko just out-jumps again. Who was he marking? Who was marking him even? Doesn't want to show me. So it was Larola. I can't see who that is. That might be Pezzella. I think that's Pezzella that's marking. I'm just looking at the number 20. It's Elik Pulgar. Oh, for crying out loud, lads. We started this game off perfectly. And we've been pegged back within quarter of an hour. So we've got to start from square one again. 10 minutes before half time. Castrovilli's got a knock. What is it? It's a tight thigh. Okay, we'll leave him on for a little bit. We're going to go into half time 1-1 against Napoli. start of that half was good in the first 10 minutes, solid, but you know, you let something in so easily at the near post. It's unforgivable, really. So I think, do I make a tactical change in terms of the approach? I think I'll move Gagliardini to just a. I forgot to. So I'll put him as a ball-winning midfielder, because I think I usually have him as a ball-winning midfielder, but I forgot to take that off from when Amrabat was playing the last game. So a slight change up in the tactical approach in the midfield. Let's hope this pays off. So they're coming forward. Osimhen shoots. Dragowski saves. Relatively simple for the Polish keeper. Couple of options to roll it out to. Goes for Pezzella. Now the Argentine into Gagliardini. Back to Dragowski. No pressure really being put on by Lazio. Martinez Quattro. Pings into Elik Pulgar. Castrovilli. He's got a bit of a knock that isn't really gonna stop him. Still Castrovilli into Christian Pavon. Kouemi is... Oh, he's just waiting for the run. Ribery is going to put the ball back across. Ribery's had to go a bit wide to keep it back in. In Christian Kouemi. Oh, off the bar. Nice movement again from Fiorentina. And Politano. Ball in. Osimhen over the bar. Another good opportunity for the home side. Looking okay. Oh, God. Politano caught... free kick, walked in. Koulibaly, over the bar again. Anytime I see these set pieces, I think they're going to go in, because so unpredictable. I mean, we're looking okay. Half an hour left. Okay, so we've got a free kick. As a throw-in. Throw-in for Baraki. Finds Ribery. Challenges, missing, but it falls back to Castrovilli, hits the first man, still Castrovilli, more options, hits the man again, and now Politano, now Osimhen on the break maybe for Napoli, now Malco, the French fullback, has got space to run into, stops to try and find some support, goes back to Lobotka into Bakayoko back to Lobotka into Politano. I don't have good feelings. Politano just bringing it further in field. Back to Lobotka over the top. And Mertens, oh my word, off the post. Really well taken by the Belgian. And he was not being tracked there by Milenkovic. Wow. Okay. So that's just over 25 minutes to go. We're going to go a bit... going to up the tempo. Castrovilli's taken up. So he's going to come off for Alfred Duncan. Any other tactical switch I want? I'm going to bring off Milenkovic for Lerola because he's been poor, and also he's a yellow card away from suspension. And third, I'm going to use to bring Smith Rowe on for Franck Ribery. Come on, boys, get your ass out here and make a difference for the team, please. So, quarter of an hour left. Still 1-1. Eric Pulgar, what's he taking? Not he wants to come off. Pulgar, he's going to take this corner kick though. Ball in. Headed away by Bakayoko. Comes out to Eric Pulgar. Ball in. Christian Kouemi. Headed away. But Gagliardini. Oh, it's a cracking goal from Roberto Gagliardini. He hit that with some proper power. And off the post, David Ospina could do nothing about it. And with probably about 10 minutes plus stoppage time to go, Bakayoko heads it away, comes back to Pulgar, he sets it up, and Kouemi header knocks it back to Castrovilli. It's a cracking goal from the former Inter Milan midfielder. Great goal, and we lead by 2-1. Beraki, Smith Rowe loses that battle, ball forward. Martinez Quattro gives it away to Mario Rui, who's steaming away. Mario Rui's got so much space. He's got to be the hero. He's not. Mario Rui. Oh my, crying out loud. When I thought maybe we could go on and get a third and tie this game up, they've equalised 3 minutes after. And this is all because of the ball given away by Martinez Quattro. Crying out loud. Then he's got so much room to run into. Pazzella's nowhere near him, and he just slots it home. Oh, bloody hell, boys. Baraki Throw into Pavon. Pavon, still time on the board. Falls back to Eric Pulgar. And Smith Rowe! Emil Smith Rowe in the 96th minute might have just wrapped up all 3 points. We're going to drop it back to positive. And the English substitute thrown out to Christian Pavon. Pavon just turns and puts it into Pulgar, who knocks it on. Smith Rowe times his run brilliantly to get past. Is that Malco or is that... Yeah, it is Malco. He beats the French fullback. 5 minutes of stoppage time. Right, okay. Eric Pulgar's got to come off because he's absolutely shattered. He's been the man of the match so far. I can't because I've made all my substitutions. I shouldn't have made all my subs at one. I shouldn't have. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, I can. Hang on. Do I get 5 in this league? I've completely forgotten how done this for a while, so I've completely forgotten if I get 5 substitutes in Serie A. Apparently, I do. That is perfect. I've been playing another save where I've only got 3 subs, so making that all those 3, I thought I might have just buggered myself. Forward Osimhen. Osimhen is one back nicely. Now Lirola. Nice passing. Bonaventura. Callejon, who was the scourge of Napoli last time against his former club, still keeps the ball. Jose Callejon. Ball. Oh, that's a really poor ball. Gagliardini wasn't there to get it. Ball over the top for Fernando Loriente. Dragowski's going to be the hero. He is. Great save from the Polish shot stopper. Great save. Fernando Loriente was clear in on goal. Corner kick with 2.5 minutes of stoppage time left. Oh, tipped over the bar. No, it wasn't. It was just a poor header. Goal kick. And we may about. Oh, corner kick late on. Jose Callejon. Ball into the area. Headed away by Bakayoko. Comes back to Jose Callejon. Callejon. Pass Bakayoko to Emil Smith Rowe. And the substitute has got his second of the game. And wraps up all 3 points for Fiorentina, who are now very much on their way to the Scudetto. I might have jumped the gun, that might be the commentator's curse, but Callejon does really well to put the ball back into the air, and Smith Rowe so much space. Malcut and Koulibaly are nowhere near him, and Emil Smith Rowe off the bench secures all 3 points in a thrilling game in Naples. Wow. What a change bringing Emil Smith Rowe on was. I'm not going to claim that was a managerial masterclass, but it was certainly a good decision to bring him on. A very good performance. Look at that. What a festival of goals. 82, 85, 86, 94. Mental. Absolutely mental. What a performance, boys. What a performance in those dying moments. Where are you, Smith Rowe? You absolute diamond. Well done, Sunshine. That keeps our unbeaten run alive. Disappointing to drop points to Benevento. But as you can see, obviously with Atalanta still to play, 10 clear. 10 points clear of Atalanta. 12 points clear of 22 points clear of Inter Milan, and with a game to play, Juventus are 24 points. Them and Lazio 24 points behind Fiorentina at the top of Serie A. What a season this is turning out to be for the Fiorentina faithful. Is he on loan at the club? Oh well. Pavon out for 5 days, that's absolutely fine. 1 to 3 days, that's absolutely fine. Crotone is 4 days away, that's absolutely perfect. What a performance to bring the save back. So, I mean, part of me is tempted, like we did last time, to do the Milan-Juventus double header. Part of me is tempted to do that. But also, given their performance in the campaign so far, we're going to do... I think what we'll do is we'll come back next time for the double header of Hellas Verona, who are currently where they sat in. They're 18th in Serie A, level on points with Benevento. We'll play Hellas, we play the 2 relegation sides there. We'll play Hellas Verona and then a top of the table clash against Atalanta. A lot can change in this. There's 9, 12, 15, 18 points up for grabs in the games between us here. But that I can't see us and Atalanta dropping off. Did Juventus? They must have lost their last game because they're still so far behind. It's their schedule. So they actually beat. So they beat Inter Milan on the 20th, and today they're playing in the Torino and the Turin derby. But what a rotten run of form that is. Look at that, losing to Bologna, losing to Atalanta by 3-0. Wow. Inter have climbed above, and this is turning out to be an unbelievable season here in Florence. I shall see you in the next episode where, as we said, we'll face Hellas Verona and then Atalanta in probably the penultimate, I should say, episode of the campaign, with the final, of course, being the double-header between Sampdoria and Roma, where, touch wood, we very well might be on for the Scudetto. The first title in how long for? Oh my goodness, that's what? 40 years? No, 50. Over 50 years since Fiorentina's last Scudetto. We could win it for them. But until then, I shall see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching the Football Network. I'm Sam, signing out, and I shall see you next time. Wow, what a season it's turning out to be.